Alright, I just got back in my car from going to see The Black Phone 2. This was my most anticipated movie for the rest of 2025. I know I say that quite a bit. But because Tron Ares came out last week, this was also the other one I was really anticipating. I was not the biggest fan of the first movie. I thought it was good, yes, but I didn't think it was great, and I thought it had some big flaws. But the trailers for this one looked like it was going to be awesome. I mean, the grabber on skates, come on, dude, that's just pure cinema right there. But I watched the movie, and I do gotta say, it's not great, but it's certainly not bad. There is quite a bit of things I liked in this movie. The most thing I liked in this movie is the fact that I feel like you could watch that first movie and pretend like a sequel doesn't exist. And I know you might hear that and say, oh, so the sequel's bad. No, but the sequel does a lot of things that the original doesn't show us, but also introduces all these different kind of plots, twists some things up, and is done in a completely different way. Kind of subverts your expectations from what you've learned in that first movie. And it's not disrespectful to that first movie. A lot of movies, you try to do stuff like that, and it just comes off as disrespectful to the first movie. This one absolutely did not. In this movie, I absolutely liked what they did here, but could feel like if someone didn't, it would not affect their viewing experience of the first movie. I hope all that made sense. But I like that. I also love the cast here. Obviously, Ethan Hawke's great. Mason Thames, really good. Mason Thames is one of the best younger actors working in today's generation. So the cast was really good. The movie is not necessarily scary, but there are a couple sequences where you're on the edge of your seat thrills. The grabber, like I said, is really cool. He's on skates. He does stuff in Dreamworld. I thought that was really cool. And so the movie, overall, it took about an hour for me to get into the movie. And then once I did, I was really having a good time. And I can acknowledge that it's heavily flawed. It really is heavily flawed. It kind of felt like it was making up its own rules along the way with what they could do in Dreamworld and stuff. And several other flaws. Like I said, major script issues, trying to bend things so they can have different plot lines. And the setup is really, really confusing. I don't know why they did that setup instead of try to do something completely different. But I just ended up having a really fun time with the movie. The movie ended up being a really fun watch, an entertaining watch. And, you know, I don't have to have perfect script to be entertained. Is it flawed? Absolutely. Did I have a really good time with the movie? Absolutely. I'm going to highly recommend it to you guys. And stay tuned for a full review coming soon.